you stay with me.
Stay with me.
Stay with me. Because I got the microphone, of course. Alright. Hello everyone. We're not naturally close. We're just sharing one microphone. I made the joke when we...
Hello.
I made a previous joke. This is our second time starting the intro.
Yeah.
But we're trying to run with some gear because we're both broke. We're both in the trade, we're both apprentices. But we're having a crack.
That's right.
If you don't know who I am, this is the first actual video that's not like a film. My name is Fletcher. I'm the F in the F&L part of built, and
I'm Luke, the L part of F&L built.
Yeah. Yeah. So
just two mates starting a little YouTube channel, and these are our cars. We're gonna do a little rundown, so you're gonna know what's going on between them and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah.
Alright, so Luke's going to start us off with his Rodeo. So Luke's got the Rodeo, I've got the DMAX. Yeah, so I'm going to pass the microphone to Luke.
Hello. Yeah, so 2007 Holden Rodeo. It's, your average white Hilux looking thing, I guess one would say. Bought it 2 years ago nearly. Bought it, for reasonably cheap. It's actually for sale if you really want it. For a decent price. It's had a fair bit thrown at it. We'll run through it quite in depth this video, which will be good because I got a lot of people asking on all the medias of what's been done to it. So hopefully now that you'll just look at the video and be like, oh yeah, cool.
Plug, we're on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll get into it then. 2007 Holden Rodeo, bit of copy paste of one of these dogs, DMAX. It's white, it's just your basic white. It's got a top of the range spec. It's got electric folding in mirrors. Oi!
Hold on a second. Oh,
only one word. Oh, here we go. That was awkward. It failed me. No, it's alright. Yeah, it's stock, other than just wheels, tyres, lift, snorkel, dual battery setup.
In other words, it's not stock. My DMAX is stock.
Yeah.
Sorry, walk us through suspension. What do you got suspension on here? Because there is a few sneaky little things underneath.
Alright, so we have
real B-roll.
superior. Oh yeah. We got some superior engineering remote reservoir stuff going on here, mate. We got 2 to 4 inch shocks front and rear. Yeah, superior.
Is that a new alternator, mate?
Yeah, unfortunately it is. Yeah, remote res all round, so front and rear. Very good product. I would highly recommend. Please sponsor us.
Engineering, we love you.
Yeah, we do. That's shocks. Just 2 inch wound torsions in the front, 2 inch or 2.5 inch, one or the other. I can't really know. It's got Whiteline adjustable sway bars in it. And then it's got Munji soft ride shackles in the rear, and then just factory leaves because they flex the best and the most comfortable. So I've heard, unless you do
parabolic wood.
Yeah, N70 stuff, but it's not an N70, I'm not trying to be like them, even though it basically looks like one.
So, what snorkel is this? Because this looks pretty froth. I mean, I do actually know what it is, but you guys might not.
Fabwitz, short entry, low cut end. Sounds sick. It flutters like crazy.
Really good.
But she's proper loud, but it's, froth it. It sounds so good loaded up. Bit of a one would say. And it's sitting on some 17-inch Kmc Grs's.
They both are sitting on the same rims and same tyres. We've copped a lot of crap for that, but they're sick. We love them. Yeah,
that's right. 265 70s. And they're a 0 offset. That's another big question I get asked. It's not 25, 0 offset. So it sits pretty flush-ish with the guards. It does a fracco bit of poke, but that's cool. So, and the best part of the rim, it's actually got cat little valve covers on it. So
Deluxe valves. I think he actually changed the name, didn't he? He changed it to Deluxe Products or something. Don't fact check me on that, but
we'll drop them in the description. All our parts.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I'll find all my parts for you.
His list will be this long, and the DMAX list will be this long. Stock.
Yeah, it's got a 3-inch DEA exhaust with cat, and then other than that, it's just straight through. So it wants to be legal. It's got a Skitz diesel built auto cooler. Froth that bit of gear. She used to get a little warm in the beach, but that's just a common issue with these utes. They have bad auto coolers from factory. They're actually like very minuscule. So it's, yeah, so now it's got this big dog front mount one. Yeah, shout out to Skitz. He's an absolute legend.
Such a good bloke to deal with.
He's awesome.
Such a
Yeah,
good bloke.
they're both running it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Different specs, but same bloke.
Same bloke, yeah.
Good gear.
It's good though. It allows us to sort of test both the different. I've got the little bit cheaper option. I forget what he calls it, but it's just this sort of standard cooler kit, and then Luke's got the little bit more expensive one. So it's cool. They both got their pros and their cons, sort of. But the more expensive one is the way to go. I believe it's 100 more. But yeah, it gives you a little bit more peace of mind. But yeah, I was super happy to slap in this on because it just makes a lot of a difference compared to the stupid coolers they come with, like Luke said, from factory.
So the specs is the more expensive one keeps a stable like temperature, so it's slow rising, slow falling, and then your less expensive one is fast rising, fast dropping. So it's just whatever you feel. Obviously when you're punching through soft sand, like if there's no wind going through it, probably a cheaper option is worse because there's no flow, and then it's just going to rise faster. That's where that one comes in handy. But if you're flying along the beach or something like that or through mud, it's getting cool quite quickly, so
Absolutely.
it'll drop fast. So that's the pro to the cheap one. So it's just, yeah, whatever you feel, whatever you do mostly. I do a lot of beach driving, but she is very well cleaned after, and we'll, as you can see, they're both nice and shiny. Somewhat.
We can turn that camera on, eh?
Oh, I don't know, eh? Back in action!
Oh, we're on.
Yeah, some other little cosmetically little thingamajiggies. It's got some fancy little RGB halo fog light things, whatever you want to call them. Pretty bright, they're pretty cool. You can do all the colours of the rainbow if you wish.
Heck yeah. Oh, some weather shields. I'm keen to get
Yes,
some weather shields.
some OCAM weather shields. Also another very good product. Can't fold them, really good. It's got 25% ceramic tint all round. Yeah, which really helps in the sun because it gets proper hot in these cars, especially in Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, working our way around. We got my tent outlets just chilling in the back right here, if I can get them out. Yeah, that just plugs in my tent, allows me to have USB charging, lights in my tent as well, which is pretty rad.
Which leads on to a full 12-volt system behind the seat.
It does. We also have a GME aerial in the back. And that's the back done.
What setup are you running behind here, Luke?
So, we have a 160 amp hour AGM battery from Kick-Ass. It's a whole kit from Kick-Ass. Comes with a 25 amp DC to DC charger and a low voltage disconnect as well, which basically just tells you if your battery's getting low, it'll just cut power and it won't just fully drain your battery. So it's pretty mint. It runs tub lights, little floodlights on the tub rack, lights in my tent, and then USB charging in the tent as well, which is pretty rad. And there's also an auxiliary if I want to run something in the back of the tub, which is another little handy feature. If one of you's buy it, you can throw like a water pump thing or something like that if you want in the back, or just run a fridge outlet to the back. It's got a fridge outlet underneath this seat, just because I throw the fridge in the back seat, and it's got all your controls on the back of the center console there.
Okay, and the cars are still a little bit dirty because we went to Cancun last weekend for a little Sunday afternoon mission.
In the front, yeah, auto. It's got a CJ Industries 9-inch Apple CarPlay head unit, and it's also got an ECU-SHOP throttle controller. It's pretty sick. It's got a lumpy idle. We'll play a clip of it right now. Yeah, it really helps with the autos because they can be quite laggy, but with manual, if you haven't lag, I think it's just driver area. Shots fired. I mean, shots fired towards us because we own autos, but anyway. Yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, and yeah, treads are Falken wildpeaks, all-terrain, AT3Ws. Yeah, so I think that's pretty well your car. Usually Luke would, well not usually, but Luke does run a King's rooftop soft top, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, with a tub rack for his roof rack that was actually designed by, well, got your design off of...
my father.
Yeah, Mr.
And
McKim.
was also inspired by TJ and Mac as well.
We love his TJ and Mac. But yeah, so there's 2 rails that sit behind here of what looks to be about 50-50 box, which the whole roof tent rack system slaps on top.
4 bolts. And off she comes. 1 plug, plug her in, and away you go. Oh, solar outlet as well. Because you need solar when you're sitting for a while, because it just sucks the juice.
Heck yeah. So yeah, that's I think that's the day. So yeah, and then
Pretty much it, yeah.
got a GME boing. Yeah, got a GME handheld radio, not a handheld, sorry, a
UHF.
UHF, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
it's got a
tweaking.
little-
That was a joke. Yeah, it's mint. Luke does also run the tough terrain.
Tire deflatters.
Yeah, tire deflators. They're pretty rad. I love them. I bought a different brand. We recently did the Fraser trip, which we just released the film on.
Go watch it.
And I got a different brand, and they're all right. Because I opted for a cheaper option. I did want to try another brand to see what compares, and honestly, nothing compares to the tough terrain quick clip-ons. So I would highly recommend paying the extra $40. It wasn't that much at all, and just getting the tough terrain because they're pretty rad. And you also run a tough terrain bag on your
the
tub
bag thingamajig. It's like a rubbish bag thing. It clips under your tub. Very good gear. It was awesome at Fraser. The Ningos didn't get into it, so
But they got into my rubbish,
They did.
but which we cleaned up
we did.
and spent a lot of time cleaning up, and they didn't
Yeah,
take it that far.
And Luke spent.
Got on them.
Luke was watchdog for like that whole night, just tweaking at every
That
sound,
was
thinking they would
a
get the rubbish
very hectic
again.
night.
That was insane.
Heck yeah. So I think that's everything on the day. I'll move on to the DMAX. This will take about 2 minutes compared to what 10 because there's nothing done to it. But yeah, we're gonna reset the cameras and yeah, let's talk about the DMAX.
That's right.
All right. Boom. Oh. That hurt a lot. I stitched myself up at work and hurt my leg. Anyway, boom. I snooze. Please don't copyright us, but no, Isuzu. So I run the 2011 Isuzu DMAX. I got a few tricky things up the sleeve in here. So obviously these 2 cars are the same. Obviously same engines, a 4JJ1. That's pretty self-explanatory.
But different, aren't they? This one's a little bit of a unicorn, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit cheeky, this one. So believe it or not, I bought this off Luke's brother, which is pretty crazy ordeal, but was super rad. Yeah, the horses are gone. No! But yeah, so this is, we can walk around with me. This is actually what they describe as the LE3, limited edition
Flash
3.
Murray.
Yeah, it's they're, so the story goes, but they're pretty hard to come by. From what we've seen, there's a bit of a rumor going around. We found an article saying that only 300 of these were made.
150 white and 150 black. So
Yeah, so
pretty cool.
yeah, it's pretty rad, and obviously we sort of take it with a bar of soap because that's a bit hard to believe because the P platers ended up with it. But yeah,
Random, but
it is.
believe it or not, there's actually 3 white ones in Bundy. So
Yeah, it's a joke, but we don't live in Bundaberg, obviously. But anyway, no. So just imagine. So in here, again, sorry, it's a bit dirty. We're gonna get rid of the dirt real quick. But yeah, so in here, there's nothing special. You got pranked. I don't have any.
open it back up. She's a full leather trim.
She is, yeah. So the
slip and slide.
yeah, you just go around the corner a bit too quick and your nose is plastered up against your side window. So, yeah, a bit cheeky in here. In the DMAX, in the LE3, you've got like black interior, like a dark interior.
Yeah,
So that
black. It's so sweet.
it is, yeah, it is pretty cool.
jealous.
But yeah, so it comes with like sort of all the trims being black in regards to sort of like a whiter, lighter grey for the Luke.
Yeah.
all your like headlining or whatever is a lot darker color, which I really enjoy. I love having this color scheme in here. Just sort of is a bit of cream on the crop, but yeah. So I also run, obviously mine's also an automatic as well. So like we said before, I run Skitz diesel builds, auto cooler in the front. As we explained before, it's got just a cheeky old 2011 spec head unit, but that is actually factory. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's a little bit cheeky. Nothing hectic going on in there. I got mine probably 5 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, and he's already thinking about getting it. No,
no, I was a bit cheeky, but that's my spare dunny roll, mate.
I got one there too.
Yeah, bit of bog roll in case
you're gonna need on the side of the road.
It's true. So yeah, this comes with like the better speakers and stuff, which I really enjoy because I always got my beats pumping. Hashtag copyrights for life. It's true. It's true. So yeah, it's pretty cool. My interior, that's sort of all it is. I don't have too much fancy stuff in here. Yeah, so I'm running the Kmc Grs as well. They're 17-inch rims, exact same as Lukey with the Wild Peak, with the Falken Wild Peaks. And everybody says, oh, you copied him, but I did. But I also know that he had ran them for months before I had even got the DMAX. And it's proof in the pudding. The tread is such a great tread. It's an all-terrain tread, but it's a bit of an aggressive all-terrain tread in our humble opinion. Luke's put it through lots of trials. That'd be mud, sand, rock, and they just seem to handle pretty good. We're super happy with them.
This is kind of like talking myself up a bit, but it's never been bogged. I don't know if that's just, yeah, tyres. She's mint, man.
Yeah, so we really, yeah, legit. We really enjoy the tyres there. Exact same offset as Lukey. I proper frothed the look of that little bit of poke there. And yeah, and the 265s again, which actually look a little bit wider than a standard 265 because I used to have the factory Isuzu rims and just I don't even know what it was. I think it was like a Dunlop. All-terrain tread. It was pretty gammon looking. I'll throw a photo or something on screen. But yeah, it looked a little bit as your grandmother. Yeah, so probably one of the biggest differences you'll notice with this is I have a big old steady 52-inch curved light bar on top. Yeah, so big boy. And I believe there's only one brand that makes, and again I probably won't name the brand, that makes mounts for.
Actually a top.
Oh, there's ants. Yeah. We're just kidding. No, the ants are alive. That was a joke. That was the ants are over. Yeah, we're pranking. Yeah. So.
Definitely didn't kill them.
No. Anyway, I love being in the shed. I'm a chippy apprentice. So I love creating things and making things from nothing. So I took it upon myself, put actually a lot of hours into these. I think I spent in the end about 10 hours making prototypes, throwing them in the bin, refolding, doing new ones. I made this with a hammer and a vise, which I personally think, I'm not trying to be like cocky, yeah, but I think it's a bit of a testament to you don't need flash machines. I would love flash machines, but I just cannot afford it. There's only one company that makes the mounts that I could find for these, and I just hated the look of them. They were really long. They put the light bar in a sort of different position. I just wasn't happy with that, so I took it upon myself, like I said, to make my own. And then sanded them down, primed them correctly. I got a mate who's a apprentice painter. He's a third year. He gave me a bit of tips on sort of what to do with painting wise. So yeah, I think I hit this like with it was something ridiculous. It was like a 500 grit, 750 grit, and then a 1000 grit sandpaper. It's the point because it's an alley piece. It was shining. The idea was that I was going to make them chrome, and then I opted out of that. This is just a steady 52-inch light bar, and then I used the steady light bar loom, and it is all wired down runs along the inside of my seal, which is the cleanest. Maybe not the cleanest. I was originally going to go into the cab, but I had a mechanic friend of mine suggest not to, and had the idea of hiding it behind my seal, which actually worked really well. And it's like not seen So yeah, that worked out really well, and that runs down into the inside the obviously engine bay. Yeah, Luke's helping me with the words there. Oh, here we go, just a little, oh, it's clean. But yeah, and then I've just put a sneaky switch, because legally you have to have a switch on them, and so yeah, I made a custom little mount for the switch to go on, just under hidden outside of dash. I hate things screwed in my dash. Just wanted to keep it clean as possible. Yeah, and then that's just it just comes with a TJM Air Tech, just a long entry safari snorkel really. I love the pearl white. It's good to keep clean, gets a beautiful little shine off it, sort of with the flake. I really enjoy it. Yeah, so that's sort of me, I think. Oh, I've just got diff drop. So me and Luke both run Munji diff relocations technically, because yeah, so just lower our diffs. Any mates that buy this car, we got a few different mates with these cars. We fully recommend Munji diff relocations, and we've
installed them in everyone's.
You're correct. Yeah, we've quite literally installed them in like all our mates' 4Js almost. Cause super easy, super great kit. I would recommend that. Yeah, legit. Yeah, it's such a great, easy thing to do for blokes who don't actually know a lot about. Well, he knows a bit about tinkering with engines. I don't know as much as him, so it's super easy. Yeah, and then, yes, that's true. Lucas just reminded me, I'm running a DEA Performance exhaust, which is a 3-inch, and into a cat, and we'll leave it at that.
Cat back.
Huh?
I think it's from the cat back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so that gives it a good rumble as well. You'll see, yeah, cheers, Lee keeps reminding me. Yeah, you'll see, we'll turn them both on, they both sound very similar. Obviously with the 2011, I have a different turbo, which was what Luke just said, and manifold, you won't be able to hear him because I have the microphone.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, and so mine has a little bit of a whistle to it, just like a low tone, sort of monotone whistle, and Luke's doesn't, but Luke's is like a lot more growly, so I actually froth the sound of Luke's. Where mine just sort of sounds a little bit like a jet when it turns on, and it is not.
Sick on idle, it's so cool.
It is not a jet, it is slow. But yeah, and then I have got a 1-inch, I forgot what brand I bought it off.
Yeah.
I think it was a H something. That's the brand I bought it off. But yeah, and that's just the 1-inch body lift. Everybody's like, well, if you're gonna go 1-inch, you may as well go 2. Yeah. I didn't want to extend every single line in my entire cab and car to be able to put a 2-inch in. I personally like low and wide. Luke likes low and wide, I think.
Low and wide.
Yeah, so I didn't want to make it a monster truck and everything be out of proportion, so I just slapped the 1-inch body in just to keep things happy with a little bit bigger wheels. So they do equal out to 31.8s, so pretty well 32s. Which work really great. Yeah, so I just put the 1-inch body in just to sort of make things a little bit happier, and do not take my advice as a professional, but I put a 1-inch in and had to do nothing with the automatic. The automatic line still reached fine, wasn't tight, wasn't everything, everything just sort of worked. I have heard in forums and stuff that the steering arm, when obviously you put your 1-inch body in, taps against the turbo. I didn't have that problem. So
with manuals though, it is a different situation. If
correct,
you run a body lift, you do have to extend your shaft on your joystick.
Absolutely. And yeah, speaking of extending, Luke does also have an extended brake line cable in the rear.
Oh yes, I do. That's also superior. It's a 4-inch braided extended cable.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the 2 cars. I think that's everything. Luke's pretty well done building his. He was a mad dog, and I actually had a 2-wheel drive dual cab high rider Ranger before this that was a mutt. that Ranger was no good personally. So I had dramas with that, got everything fixed and booted it because one, it was a 2-wheel drive anyway, and 2, mainly there was a 2-wheel drive and
She wasn't very reliable.
no, so I spent a lot of money and got that thing fixed and said goodbye. But yeah, so that's pretty well, I think, all of, I think I can hear Bailey come back on the moped.
Back on the moped, yeah.
There he is. There he I don't know if you can see a video of him right now, but me and Luke bought mopeds. Yeah, not too long ago, so we have a bit of fun with them. But yeah, so that's pretty well the cars. Yeah, so that's a bit of a rig rundown. This video is probably going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more droney because it's just 2 blokes talking about their stupid cars. Okay. But for the blokes that enjoy listening to this, we appreciate you. Yeah, they do. Yeah, so that's pretty well it. I don't know, Luke's at least wheeling the moped because I asked him to be quiet. But yeah, so these are pretty well the builds. I will probably do a few more things to mine. There is.
Front mount.
I want to do a front mount. I would love to push a lot of horsepower out of it, but I gotta throw a lot of things at it. Oh, mine is also 200 and just hit 218,000 Ks on it. I hope the wind is not doing funny things with that mic. That's pretty well them. Yeah, I might do a few cheeky things. I also have wound up torsions in the front. Don't have anything in the back, which gives it a pretty deadly Cali lean.
Looks tough.
Which I don't mind, but in the future I might go and put Superior through everything. I would more than love to. But yeah, so that's pretty well it. Luke's rocking the Shed Life banner along the front and Evil 4J sticker in the corner and an abundance of stickers on his rear window, which you'll see in a lovely video.
Every product that has been put on this car has now got a sticker on the back of the window.
Yeah.
Oh, and fake touring. Bunch of legends I found on TikTok one day. They make some pretty dope little stickers.
Heck yeah. So
yeah,
we got a couple cool. Absolutely, yeah. So we got a couple cool little things on our cars. Me and Luke wanted similar builds, but slightly different things. Like I wanted a bigger light bar on top, and a few little cheeky things. We both sort of love where our builds have gone. Again, like I said, Luke's has had a lot more time and effort put into it, and it's super rad. And mine is a lot more stock, but we're slowly getting there. Luke's obviously selling his car for a reason that you guys will know about when that happens. But yeah, he loves a SsangYong.
Definitely a LDV.
But yeah, so that's pretty well the builds. We appreciate yous. So yeah, be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram. It's pretty well just FL Built Media or FL Built Films. Yeah. I can't remember. But just look up FL Built and it'll more than likely come up.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're more weekly updates. I try and post twice a week. It's getting a little bit harder, but yeah, TikTok stays updated, Instagram stays updated, and it's good fun. So yeah, my name is Fletcher, and
I'm Luke.
Yeah,
thank you. Bailey.
That's Bailey. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Here's our cars, and onto bigger and better things in the channel.
Heck yeah.
Legends. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, good. That's the first one, eh?
That's the first one. That's stressful, though. No, that was a good one.
In the books. Bailey, how do you ride in the moped go, mate?